watching America Trends. I'm Mary Burt-Godwin, and I always love having the next guest on our show. She is a Forbes business and PR strategist, founder of the Pitch Club, TEDx speaker, top-ranked podcast host, two-time best-selling author. Her name is Rebecca Cafiero. Welcome back to America Trends, Rebecca.
Thank you, Mary. I always love being here, and I can't wait to be in studio with you next month.
I'm so excited for you to be here. Now, I was thinking about you recently because I know that you, I think on your website, or I've seen, the phrase women helping women. I think you even had a video on it, and you talk about how, just one push for another woman helps so many more women down the line, right? And I was thinking about you because I don't know if you saw, but Jamie Lee Curtis was celebrating the win of her co-star, Michelle Yeoh, for one of the award shows. And then she she jumped up and down, and then she put it on her t-shirt, and she posted a whole post about women helping women. And in the comments, it's all about, look at her face when her co-star wins. She's so excited for her. And it just made me think about the concept that you posted about how cool it is when women, because a lot of times, I feel like in the past, it's been women maybe stepping on other women because they feel like scarcity mindset, right? That it's not enough. But the more we help other people, and this is for men too, the more we help our coworkers and the more we help the people in our industry, the better it's going to be for us too.
100%. And I think women were natural sharers. So we love to share what we love, and doing that intentionally can be so helpful. But I have a saying that I love to say, and it's that if every female, I say entrepreneurs, but really women in general, routinely and intentionally provided other women in business with solutions, even once a week, every week, and ask those women to pay it forward, it would create such a transformational ripple effect. And so I think it's always realizing that helping someone else never takes away. It only adds to us. It only adds to our value.
Right. I think that's the quote that I read. It was making me think of this, and the ripple effect. We don't even know how far it can go and how it can open up doors for us as well. It's not shutting the doors on us, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about, actually, I want to go into some of these topics. I was talking to a client recently about growing the numbers on the social channels and this audience growth, wanting to see more and more numbers. And I'm kind of saying, hey, that's kind of a vanity metric because it doesn't always lead to more revenue. Is there what are your thoughts on this audience growth mindset? And, is there a solution to that?
Well, I think one is to understand social media is an amazing tool, but it's not the only tool. That just because you have eyes on your business, one, doesn't mean they're the right eyes, and it doesn't mean that those eyes are actually converting. Because if you don't have credibility with what you do or clarity, your audience or more audience isn't going to create more business. So I think it's really understanding the difference between, visibility and then actual conversion of that. But I like to focus on quality, not quantity. Personally, I've got clients that have very small audiences that are still doing unbelievably in business.
Because I feel like you're not necessarily trying to get more business with your followers. You want to keep the trust of those that you have, right? No, no like trust factor. Exactly. On social media. And it's not the quantity, it's how good of the posts are that you are putting out there to your fans, right?
Yeah, it's if you're adding value. I mean, I love giving businesses visibility, and I think that everyone, you don't become an entrepreneur just because you want certainty. You typically become an entrepreneur because you have a mission, you have a why, there's something that you see that's a need out there and you want to fill it. And so that vision of your business, that vision deserves visibility. The biggest thing that I see many small business owners, entrepreneurs running into is that they feel like they're the best kept secret, right? And they really want to step into this place of being more in a spotlight, being more visible so that they can impact more people. Because if no one knows what you do, how are you going to help them? But visibility alone, just having eyes on you, just, going viral in a reel or in a TikTok, again, that isn't enough. You want to actually convert those people to clients or customers so you can create the impact you desire.
So do you have some of those tips for building that credibility / visibility? I think they probably kind of go hand in hand, right?
100%. I like to say visibility and credibility are like sisters. So I like to picture it as a triangle. So visibility is eyes on your business. It's attracting attention. It's being seen, ideally by those ideal audiences who get to know your business, get to know what you offer. And this can be done so many different ways, through referrals, through networking, through publicity, through media. But then this other side is credibility. That's someone trusting in you. That's, them being clear on what you do and feeling that you're credible, that if you say you promise this experience or this transformation, that you can actually deliver on it. But what I found is when you have the credibility and visibility, then you can grow the third part really fast, which is profitability. We're all here to not only do good, but also to be paid well.
Yeah. Now, so there's social media is an aspect, and probably the use of influencers, which a lot of brands do, can help your visibility and your credibility, because then you have people getting you out into masses plus promoting you. But I don't know, do you see that as something that's dying down, or is that still going full steam ahead?
So a lot of brands and businesses are actually looking at micro influencers, because there is people out there. Look at Kim Kardashian, right? She has, I don't even know, dozens of millions of followers.
I think it's called bajillion.
Bajillions of followers, exactly.
Yeah, that's the
but
official
her
word.
engagement rate, if you actually look at, yes, it's impressive if you go to her post and it's got 1 million likes, but it's maybe 1% of her audience.
Right.
Where these micro influencers, which might have 5 to 10,000 followers, they have smaller followings, they have a much more engaged following. And partly it's because people are used to now seeing, celebrities and influencers who will promote anything because they're being paid, versus some of these smaller influencers that really are only sharing things that are very aligned. They're typically a little bit more selective, and so they have this trust with their audience that I think really brands are starting to focus on, versus just the big products. Well, and it's more accessible.
It's more accessible, and it's niched down a little bit more, possibly too.
You just used one of my favorite words.
Is it niche or niche? I don't know. Can we talk about that for a minute?
It's spelled the same. I don't think it really matters, but niching, I literally just trained on this morning. Niching is something that so many people fail to do because they want to speak to everyone. But when you're speaking to everyone, you're really communicating directly to no one, right? And I like to have businesses think about themselves as a lighthouse. It needs to be really simple for your client to find you. Like, your light needs to be so magnetic to them that they want to come work with you, because it cuts out all of that noise. And having that really clear niche, or you can call it a brand promise, that succinctly describes like who you are, who you help, what you help them with, what is that transformation or that client experience, and then what's the unique, the unique secret sauce, like the unique way you do something, the low sugar ice cream or the chemical-free candle or the proven 3-step process. That creates certainty for the customer, and certainty is sexy. It's why people make a buying decision versus just being like, that looks really cool, but they don't move forward on a purchase.
Right. And the niching down, I mean, I'm even thinking about social media. There's people, I was just talking to someone who she's a PT, and she said, you know what, I just found a boutique agency that specializes in chiropractors and physical therapists for social media. And I said, that's perfect, because there are so many nuances that even getting now a brand agency to represent you that knows that niche, now you're like double getting what you need, what your customers are going to want, right?
Well, you think of this as, do you want to be a generalist or a specialist? So everyone's got, let's say, their family doctor, which is great if you've got a rash or, a cold. But if you need something that is really done with precision, you go to a surgeon.
Yeah.
But you want to be seen in what you do as having that niche of being that specialist, because not only does it allow you to attract the right clients, it allows you to be paid more for it. But thirdly, it lets you get much better at what you do much faster. And, and again, that's whether you're a service-based business or a product-based business.
Well, you are certainly dynamite at what you do. And we're out of time today, but I know you're going to be back hopefully soon in studio. Rebecca Cafiero, RebeccaCafiero.com. or at Rebecca Cafiero. Am I saying your name right, Cafiero?
You are saying it perfectly.
Okay, great. I can't wait to see you in person, and everyone at home, stick around for more America Trends right after this.